Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. My name is Xenia. Again, I am part of the couple, Torva and Xenia. We are taking you guys on a journey around leaving the US to venture off to another country. And this week, you get to hear my perspective on some of the reasons why I want to leave. I think if you look at my story, I have been notorious for trying to climb the corporate ladder, always trying to grind, find the new level or the next level of success. I am goal driven when it comes to my career, always been. And so I guess that's where, it all started probably about 25 years ago, grinding in corporate sales, which has been that can be very rewarding when it comes to, it can be very lucrative, it could be highly successful, it could be really great for your career exposure, take you many places across the country. And I've definitely experienced all of that and really enjoyed that. And I think probably around 2019 or 2018, it started to kind of die down for me or shift. Um, a few things, right? I was reaching the pinnacle, being asked to move to different cities to take on different projects. During that same time, my mom started to go through, at the time, we didn't know, right? There was a shift in um, her memory, uh, her ability to do things for herself. And so, out of my siblings, I took on the role of more of like, not necessarily a caretaker, but being there for her through this difficult transition of working now, totally retired, um, moving out of her big, 3-4 bedroom house, into a apartment, and really trying to help her with her almost day to day activities of paying bills, grocery store, going different places. And again, it started off very small, very minimal help, to year after year really having to take on the brunt of um, doing, and her being capable of doing those things for herself. And so I think trying to climb the corporate ladder and trying to be a caretaker for her started to become like my identity. Like, how can I make more money? Um, how can I uh, get more commission? How can and how you do that is you work longer hours. You take on more projects. You do everything that you can do at work to be seen, in order to deliver results. When you deliver results, you get the commission checks, sales and sales. And once you do commission and you started to really drive success for your team, you start to get noticed. When you start to get noticed, you start to win awards, accolades. When you start to do that, you start to climb the ladder. All those things were always my passion. But then something shifted, right? It started to become a need. I needed to have those things in order to gain more money, in order to gain more access uh, of the resources that I needed from my mom, right? Those things started to weigh heavy on me. And it's no longer fun anymore when you're not doing it for a purpose or for your passion. You started to do it because it's a need, it's a necessity. Like, I need more money. Because at some point I was starting to, even though I have two other siblings, I was taking on the brunt of financially starting to take care of my mom, and she started to digress. Later, we understood that it was dementia, right? And um, this healthcare, another reason, right? This healthcare system is crazy in the US. Um, if she had some physical ailment or physically something was wrong with her, like she worked 30 years for AT&T, always had insurance. Um, her insurance would have covered 100% anything, health care nurses, uh, uh, in care physicians, anything. But because it was um, memory care, no assistance. And so, like, I found that like my existence was about taking care of her, taking care of family, and then working my ass off almost to the detriment of my own marriage, right? In order to um, make sure that she was comfortable, make sure that she was safe, make sure that she had what she needed, um, and try to make her reality um, more bearable, right? And so, after my mom passed away in 2022, it's just that purpose, that drive of trying to get more money, more success kind of changed, right? I no longer like money is like a concept to me. It's like you get more money for what? Like, what are you literally, what is the goal now, right? The goal was to get more money to pay for her bills, to pay for um, her living situation, to pay for those doctor's appointments. Now that she passed away, it was like for me, what am I like? What is the purpose of trying to climb this ladder to aim for success um, when ultimately you can be replaced or they can get rid of you with a drop of a dime? There's always a new Xenia. There's always a new person around the corner that's better than you, smarter than you, more ambitious than you. Um, and you feel like you're always playing this corporate game or there's always politics involved. And so that was one of the reasons why I'm like, my wife brought up the fact of like leaving, um, like just trying to live a life of more purpose where it's not your identity is not your job, right? And I felt like for years you ask who I was, who am I? Um, the first thing would be, oh, I'm a leader of leaders. Um, I work in corporate America. I work for this big company. Um, I'm at this level. It was never about the things that I'm passionate about, because I'm passionate about anything else, um, but working 60 hours a week, right? Like you feel so exhausted when you come home from work. You feel depleted. Um, I'm looking for a space and a new beginning where um, no one knows me. I'll be honest. No one knows me. No one has any expectations of me. I can reclaim and identify you know, of who I want to be. Um, Start fresh, start new, without any societal pressures of like you got to make over 100,000, you got to make six figures, you got to have a nice car, you got to live in a nice place, you got to wear the nice clothes, you got to have this certain amount of income to like live life. And I'm like, is that really? So we're grinding, we're making decent money, um, but still not able to like enjoy life. I wake up at like 3 a.m. every day. Gotta be to work at like 4:30 in the morning. Work sometimes all the way to 5 p.m., like 10, 12 hours a day. Come home exhausted. Um, all for a really great paycheck. But ultimately, are you enjoying life? Are you able to have time to even explore other options that you may feel excited about, want to learn more about, want to be involved in, extra things you want to be involved in? And sometimes I feel like I don't even have the time or the energy to do it. And I believe moving abroad gives you an opportunity, at least for the first 2 years, to just explore. Living day to day in fear, um, not of like what's going on in administration, but fearful because I'm always like anxiety driven, looking behind, road rage when you go to work, when you come home, um, feeling like my skin color is is always under attack. Those type of things, I'm just really not interested anymore of like living my day to day life, thinking, um, over analyzing those things. And I'm ready just to go to a place where humanity is first, right? Where human interaction, social interaction is what's important. Experiences culturally, um, is what's important, and not about what you do, not about how much money you make, how much influence you may have over people, but literally the connection between humans. Um, how do we better our community? How do we engage in our community? I can't even tell you, and that's another reason, right? Is like community. Never have I been part where I lived where I was like, oh man, like I'm joining this community. We're working together. I'm joining. Like I'm going to different neighbors' house to um, plan something for kids' activities or whatever. It's always good business of home. And I don't want that anymore, right? I almost feel like I paid my dues to corporate America. I paid my dues in this life, and it's time to like live life. And so, yeah, like those are some of the reasons why I want to leave. I don't want to run away. It could be I want to come back, but at this stage of my life, I want to experience something new. I want to experience um, how other cultures live, because you read and you hear so much about it. Um, like, man, is that real? Is that attainable? Is that something that I can really reach, or is that false? Right? Is that just like a facade? And I don't think it is. I think that you absolutely have your problems, and you run into certain issues when you live abroad. That's anywhere. Um, but I do think in other countries they value community, they value culture, they value human connection, they value um, the spirit of personal identity. Um, and those are the things and the reasons why I want to, and that's what I want to experience. Um, that's what I want to experience: the ability to live life without fear. And so, um, we've thought about so many places that we would like to go. Thailand was on top of the list. South Africa was a part of the list. Um, what else? Just so many different places that we thought about. But our top 3 so far that we're really leaning towards. And so in this journey, you'll have the ability to come with us and even travel with us as we go visit some of these places. We research what we have to do in order to get there. We'll talk about visas, we talk about housing, we talk about our 2 dogs, how to get them there safely, the cost of living, how much we got to save in order to get there. So the 3 places that we have narrowed down, thinking about moving to: Portugal, Spain, right, Costa Rica, and Aruba, right? So we're excited to take you through this journey around these 3 places as we do research on what it will take to get there, and ultimately which one of these countries are going to give us what we're looking for. Again, cultural experiences, human connection, the value of community, and the ability to slow down and live life with no fear.
So we are on our way to Poseidon Spa. It's in the Grand Bohemian. It's a hotel in Uptown Charlotte. Actually found this on Groupon as we are trying to figure out ways to still enjoy life and not, overwork ourselves and get exhausted. And my wife actually works in retail, so she's about to go into her busiest season. Getting a massage right now is super important, just to relax before life gets a little crazy heading into the holiday season. So follow us today as